Hello, friends. Supposedly free republic. We welcome and we love you. We are the people of Latvia. We are the voice of Latvia. We are the ancient people whose culture is love. Love, peace and understanding will abolish NATO, the global genetic murderers of life on Earth. And today our urgent case is about Libya. Stop the NATO uranium weapons causing genetic murder in Libya. NATO is making Libya uninhabitable forever, using genetic DNA damage causing weapons. It is ongoing here in Latvia as well. The industrial military complex that is running the nuclear industry is the cause even of the Chernobyl disaster that forever contaminated our Baltic Sea. After Chernobyl, planned experiment, the most radioactive sea in the world it became. You can meet us through NationalState.INFO, NationalState.INFO, and BSRRW.org, Baltic Sea Regional Radioactivity Watch. NATO should have been abolished after the World War II, but it was left by United Nations to become a terrorism war machine, to submit the whole world into obedience to their well-planned world government that have, by radioactive wars, forced independent nations as Yugoslavia, Iraq, Afghanistan, and now even Libya and Japan into administrative slavery and genetic annihilation of local peoples. Because of the radioactivity, contaminated lands left after the NATO operations, the bombings, and so fake democracy regimes of New World Order, and their systematically criminal organizations as World Bank and International Monetary Fund. The New World government is in place now. They run our Latvian schools, our media networks. They own our lands and rule our air and water supplies. We in Latvia have been subordinated by structural administrative genocide. 1/3 of Latvian population is gone. In just 20 years, no state structure investigation to correct that. This will happen to you, Libya, too, if you don't watch out now. Just new instructions how to rapidly colonize the region, leaving locals with nothing. We, the 20,000-year-old nation of Latvians, the Balts, have no access to power in our country. The global financial fraud is a New World Order establishment, and we, the Latvians, refuse to accept its order. It is killing us every minute. It will happen to you, Libya, too, and it will happen to you, France, too, as the air gets DNA destroying. When you breathe, radioactivity does not know any borders. It comes with air. It comes with water. So, if you submit to the NATO and United Nations Society's restructurization plans in Libya, this might be the end of the life forms on the earth. So Libya, you will be their slaves and picked off everything you had. This has already happened to us in Latvia. Latvia's state model is a sect. It is established by the Brussels. It's a Stalp sect, state treason against local people sect. The administrative apparatus framework of the Latvian Stāv sect has many schemes, but the first 9 could be: for members of parliament here in Latvia now can be only 1% of citizens, just partocracy members. That is state treason against local people. Laws are approved by 0.00001% of citizens. The heads of the political parties financed from abroad. That is state treason against local people. Point 3. Laws are written by unidroit.org and other agencies of foreign transnational corporations. Stop state treason against local people. 4. Latvia's Banka is a fraud, an affiliation of European Central Bank, a foreign private company that created the crisis in Latvia. That is state treason against local people. Point 5. Countries' resources in Latvia are controlled by foreign banks. The land and industries are sold to foreigners. That is state treason against local people. Point 6. Indigenous Latvians in the country don't even have a designated room or building for Latvian sacred ceremonies. That is state treason against local people. Point 7. Latvian People's Association and their cultural institutions are controlled by Latvian-speaking non-Latvians. That is state treason against local people. Point 8. Investment and financing are refused if aimed at development of inner market and welfare of local people. That is state treason against local people. Point 9. State courts and prison administration implements foreign laws in favor of global corporations, terrorizing locals administratively. That is state treason against local people. The same ideologists and designers of this state treason against local people, administrative genocide structures and processes run even the military-industrial complex that keeps our Earth in the grip of wars and terror, approaching rapidly the point of no return. The point of no return, the annihilation of all life on Earth. Any time now, in the case of, for example, strong solar flare, the planet can become uninhabitable due to the global electricity-dependent open surface repositories of millions of tons of concentrated nuclear waste that would be cooking for decades if its cooling is interrupted, as does Fukushima in Japan now. And you, New World Order, are incompetent to solve these problems. Only love, peace and understanding can heal the almost irreparable damage done to the humanity and all life forms by the power-mad New World Order's global murderous terrorist organization, NATO. We demand to abolish NATO now. We demand to abolish New World Order that has overtaken control of United Nations now. Give the indigenous people of the world possibility to exercise their control, their competence of love and healing. We, the Latvians, the Balts, are one of the oldest peoples of the world, and we have protected and healed the world for tens of thousands of years. So have the Indians in Latin America, the Samis in North Europe, and many, many other indigenous people of the world. Abolish United Nations New World Order power structure and create an organ that is the heart of the world, that loves the peoples and protects them. The culture that can heal the world is still alive in the planet's 370 million indigenous people left. The United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples was adopted by United Nations General Assembly during the 62nd session at United Nations headquarters in New York City on 13th of September 2007. It has been 25 years struggle of all the nations of the world to get this declaration accepted and adopted. As well is the Declaration of Human Rights, that has to be taken into notice. So let these declarations become the seed from which New World Order structures in United Nations will get abolished. With endless love, from the people of Latvia, to Libya, to France, to England, to all the nations, just endless love from Latvia. We are the voice of Latvia. We love you. And let's abolish these murderous systems. You can meet us through NationalState.INFO and BSRRW.org, Baltic Sea Regional Radioactivity Watch. In love, thank you.